Hello everyone, welcome back to another video lecture on organisms and populations. And students, in the last video lecture, we completed some important concept from this chapter. We completed the abiotic factors, we completed the uh, adaptation. Okay, we completed the adaptation and not on adaptation later on. Before that we completed the responses to abiotic factors. Okay, in that regulators and then conformer and then along with that migrate and then suspend, that completed. And the next video lecture we completed the adaptations. Okay, with some several examples, say for example that kangaroo rat, that we completed how the adaptation is present over there, and along with that some mammals how they are adapted for changing environment. And in that Allen's rule is very important, please remember that. And then along with that, here we can see some important adaptations in case of plants also, in desert plants also we studied. And the next year, along with that, we completed some adaptations, physiological and biochemical adaptations also completed, and some, and along with that behavioral adaptation. These all different types of adaptations we completed in the last video lecture, and these are very important, students, for your competitive exam and for your theory. So please remember all these. Okay, and moving to the next important concept, that is population. Okay, that is population. And students, simply we know what is population. Okay, in general we can say what is population. Okay, and commonly we call it as a population is a group of individuals, group of individuals, sorry, group of group of individuals, group of individuals. Group of individuals is not a complete definition for population. It's not a complete definition for population. Okay, that we know. A group of individuals in a given area, there is a huge number of different or lot of numbers of individuals are there, or same spaces. Okay, they should be same spaces. For take you can take the example of human population, dog population, cat population in a given area. Okay, wherever you are present in that particular area, a population of humans, okay, number of humans, okay, that we call it as a population. Group of individuals, in a simple definition we can say it as a group of individuals. But when you come to the particular definition of population, for that you have to need to know about some other important aspects also. What are those? Here we can take population is a group of individual. This is the first definition what we know already, of same species. Okay, group of individuals of same species, they should belong to same species, live in a given geographical area. Yes, they are living in a given geographical area, and share or they can compete for similar resources. Okay, for example, human, you can take some resources, we are competing for some resources, or we are sharing some resources. For example, tiger in a forest, they are competing for their food. Okay, they are competing for their food, and all they are sharing for their resources, whatever the resource they have, either it is a food, either it is a whatever the habitat is, that they are all sharing or competing each other for a similar resources, and they are able to reproduce. Potentially they are able to reproduce, they should reproduce, potentially they should reproduce. Okay, potentially they are able to reproduce. Okay, this is the definition of population. This is the definition of population, please remember these things. Okay, this is the definition. And another important thing here, students, uh, potentially reproduce, or you can take it as a interbreeding. They can interbreed themselves, okay. And will not take the population of some other only for the sexual reproduction meat, because we are mainly telling about the reproduction here, sexual reproduction. Either we can take asexually reproducing organisms can involve in this. For example, you can take the bacteria, culture of a bacteria. Bacteria usually do asexual reproduction. and for the meat of asexual reproduction they will increase their numbers. Okay, that also comes under the population. Not only the sexually reproducing organisms, but along with that asexually reproducing organisms are also comes under the uh, population. Okay, just to study about the ecology and everything, we are including all those things. Okay, we are including all those things. And here students, some example we can take the population. For the population we can take some examples here. That is the first here, all the cormorants in a wetland. Okay, in a wetland these cormorants are there. Okay, I can search the picture of these birds. These are the birds, these are the types of birds. These cormorants are the types of birds. Usually they are present in a wetland. It is the one population. Rats in a abandoned dwelling. Okay, rats, group of rats, we call it as a population. Teakwood trees, we can take it as in a forest, we can take it as a population. And not only animals, we can take plants are also population. And bacteria in a culture plate, yes, we can take it as a population. For example, this is a culture, this is a petri dish or culture. Here you can see the plenty of bacteria. Okay, these are all the same population. These are all belongs to the same population. We can see it as a population. Then lotus plants in pond. Yes, lotus plant here they given. Lotus plant is a in a pond. It is a population. Okay, it's whatever the group of lotus plants are. Then these are all, we call it as a population. Okay, we call it as a population. This is the thing about the definition of the population. Please remember. And then here, the population ecology is an important area of ecology as it links ecology to population genetics and evolution. Population ecology is a broad thing, broad area. It is a branch of this ecology, population ecology. And in this population ecology, what we are mainly going to study, it is mainly connecting the ecology, or it links the ecology with the population genetics and evolution. Okay, whatever the contribution is there. Okay, gene contribution to the population, sorry, to the ecology, to the environment. Okay, and then contribution of individuals to the ecology. What contributions are, what we have to give and what we have to take from the ecology or from the environment. Okay, that is it. That is mainly the population ecology. It is mainly connecting, or it mainly giving the link to the ecology and the population genetics and evolution. Okay, because we are giving something and we are getting something from the ecology. Okay, that completely we study in the population ecology. Okay, population and ecology, there is a link. Okay, what the population is giving to the ecology and what the environment giving to the things to the population. Okay, that we are studying in case of population ecology. Okay, this is the definition of ecology, please remember. And moving to the next slide here, that is population attributes. Okay, population attributes, simply we can say it as in Kannada, population attributes. Attributes are nothing but what do we say, ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, attributes means ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣ. What is the attributes of the population? What are the attributes of the population? That we'll study here. Here some they given: birth rate, death rate, population density, age pyramids, sex ratio. Okay, these are all the attributes of a population. These are all the attributes of a population. These are all the attributes, different types of attributes, and we'll study these individually. Okay, see here the next slide, we can see in the next slide here. Okay, the first thing here, population attributes. In that, first, birth rate. We can see here the birth rate. How we are going to be measure the birth rate? How we are going to be measure here? If you take the organism is different, and then population is different. Both of them are different. Organism and population, both are differ each other. They are all not similar, they are different. Organism is an individual, it is a single individual. Okay, population is a group of individuals. If you find that organisms in a group, that we call it as a population. And the characteristics of organisms and the characteristics of population differ totally, they differ completely. Okay, organisms we are taking it as individually, we are thinking about that particular organism. But when you take the population, complete population, we should think of all the population. That complete population we are going to be think whatever the birth rate is there, whatever the death rate is there, we'll think in all these cases. When you take it as an organism, it is a birth of an organism. When you think of the population, birth rates of the population, birth rates of a population. Or when you take the death of an organism. But when you take the population, death rate of the population, it will depend on particular each and every organism. It is contributed by each and every organism in population. Birth rate is also, it is contributed by each and every organism. Death rate is also contributed by each and every organism. Okay, that is the difference. If you talking about the organism, we can say it is a birth of an organism. When you are talking about the birth in the population, it is a birth rate. Okay, that's the thing. And how we are going to be calculate here, the per capita births. Okay, it refers to per capita births. For example, they given here, one example they given here, best example they given here. In a pond, there is a 20 lotus. In a pond there is a total 20 lotus. And in the last year, it is in the last year, and through reproduction, what they did, there is an increase in 8 numbers. Okay, there is an increase in the 8 new plants. Okay, and how we are going to be calculate, it is totally, it is how much, it is 28. We have to write it in the rates, we have to write in a particular we have to share that rate of birth in each and every individual. So we have to calculate it. Okay, that how we are going to be calculate the number of new births divided by total number of population. Okay, previous there is how much population is that will gives the number, that is 0.4%. 0.4% here they given 0.4%. Okay, here 0.4%. It means for each individual, for each offspring, per lotus per year. Okay, it means we are distributing that rate to the each and every individual of that population. Okay, that is 8 divided by 20. It will gives how much ratio is depend on the each population. It gives 0.4 offsprings per lotus per year. We are calculating in per year, or we can calculate in per week, per month. It depends on the reproduction time. It depends on the reproduction time. If you take the bacteria, it is in weeks we can take calculate, or you can take other animals in months. It depends. Okay, so here you can see 8 divided by 20, it gives 0.4. It means 0.4 offsprings per lotus per year. Okay, it means we are distributing that birth rate on each and every individual of a population. Okay, every individuals of a population. This is the thing. And moving to the next here, that is death rate. Same here we can take the death rate is also same here. It refers in a per capita deaths. Per capita deaths we can take here, per capita. Here they given example, 4 individuals in a laboratory. Okay, laboratory population of 40 fruit flies. Here they given fruit flies, 40 fruit flies. Already here 40 fruit flies are there. Among these 40, 4 are dead. Okay, 4 are already dead here. Okay, 40 minus 4, that will give the number. How much it is? 36. But we are calculating in a ratio. Here what will do? 4 divided by 40. 4 divided by 40, it will use 0.1 individuals per fruit fly per week. Okay, per week we are calculating it is in a per week, because the birth rate and death rate, duration of the reproduction is very less here, so we can take in weeks. Okay, 4 divided by 40, that will give the 0.1 individuals per fruit fly per week. Per week this much of per week per individuals 0.1% death is going to be happen. Okay, that is the thing that they given in case of death rates. Okay, and now we'll move to the next slide. Here you can see the sex ratio. Students already know about this sex ratio. A population has a sex ratio. Population is sex ratio. Here the male and then female. Male and then female. Example, 60% of male, female, and 40% of male. 40% of male. Here we are taking the ratio. How much percent males are there and how much percent females are there. Okay. For example, you can take for 1000 females, 980 males. Okay, it is the population ratio is percentage is not equal. Okay, the not population, the sex ratio is not equal. It is not equal. It can vary. It depends. It can vary. Okay, 60% of females are there and then 40% of males are there in a population. In a population, we are taking the ratio. For example, here is one population. Sorry, here is a one population. They given here only. Just I will change the color. Okay, here this is the complete population. Here in this we can calculate how much percentage of males are there, how much ratio percentage of males are there and females are there. You can take here the 60% of females are there and then 40% of males are there, or it can number can vary. Okay, either you can take 60% of male and then 40% of female, like that also you can take. It means the ratio, the sex ratio in a population, there is a sex ratio. Males are also there, females are there, and then we have to calculate that ratio. Okay, how much percentage males are there and how much percentage females are there, that we are calculate very easily. So that is the thing. And after sex ratio, here you can see the age pyramid. Here there is a age pyramid. Here you can take age pyramid. Yes, students, a population has certain attributes that an individual organism does not. Okay, individual organisms does not have such attributes. Population have such attributes. So many attributes are there in population. Whatever the individual they don't have. Okay, they don't have. That's the thing. And coming to here, the age pyramid. Age pyramid. A population at any given time is composed of individuals of different ages. Say for example, the lifespan of human is around 70 years. You can take it as a 70 years. Okay, it is a given time for a lifespan of one individual or for the human population. It is a lifespan. It is around 70 years. Okay, and at different ages or different years, there is a particular age we are finding. Particular age we are finding here. Here something given here: pre-reproductive age, reproductive age, and then post-reproductive age. Pre-reproductive age is before reproduction. The capacity, there is no capacity of reproduction. Reproductive, there is a capacity of reproduction. Post-reproductive, there is a no capacity of reproduction. Already reproduction is over by those animals. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, we are giving it per time. Okay, whatever the time they given there in a population, we given particular time for the lifespan of those organisms, and there is a different age we can find. For example, from first year, from the age of 1 to from the age of 18. Okay, that is the pre-reproductive stage, because the individual is not able to produce the, or it is not able to reproduce. And after that we can take it as a reproductive, and after that we can take it as a post-reproductive. Like that arrangement is there. And here the first point, it is the structure obtained when the age distribution or percent individuals of a given age or age group is plotted for the population. We will find the pyramid like structure when you start to plot the age distribution. Okay, age distribution, we'll find a graph. For human population, age pyramids generally show age distribution of males and females in a combined diagram. We can take here both male and female. We can get it a pyramid of age distribution both in case of male and then female. Commonly in combined way we can get a graph. Okay, that is here. Three main graphs they given here. The one is expanding, that is growing. Another one is stable. Another one is declining. Okay, this is the expanding, this is the stable, this is the declining. And they given the different uh, ages with different names. Okay, one is pre-reproductive, and then reproductive, and then post-reproductive periods or times. Okay, and here once you go through this, here the first one, that is uh, expanding or growing. You can take the example of India. You can take the India as the growing population. Okay, here the beginning, in the below here you can find this is the pre-reproductive stage. Here the individuals are more in number. Here the individuals are more in number. Okay, individuals are more in number. It means the free reproductive aged peoples are more here. The number is more here. And next, coming to that reproductive, here the number is little bit less as compared to this one. But there is a reproductive organisms, or the reproducing organisms, or those organisms have capacity to reproduce. They are also present here in enormous number. Okay, and then there is a forced reproduction. Here the little bit they are less in number. Okay, the post reproductive aged individuals are less in number. Okay, it means it is growing. It is growing or it is expanding. Automatically the population will increase in number. Whatever the pre-reproductive individuals are there, they will come to the reproductive, and then after that post reproductive. It means the number is goes on increasing here. The population number is goes on increasing here. This condition is happening in India only. Okay, for that only there is an increase in the population. And moving to the next year, that is stable. Here the young one means pre-reproductive stage organ individuals are same in number, and then reproductive individuals also same in number, and there is a less in post-reproductive individuals. Whatever the pre-reproductive individuals are there, they will come to the reproductive stages. So the number is little bit constant here. The number is little bit constant here. Here you can see the number is little bit constant. So the population is stable here. The population is stable here. Okay, this is stable. And moving to the next year, that is declining. That is declining. Here the reproductive, whatever the individuals are there, reproductive individuals, they are more in number. They are more in number. And aged one, they are less in number as compared to reproductive. And then individuals, the reproductive individuals are less here. They're not reproductive. The pre-reproductive individuals are less in number. So automatically the number, the population is goes on decreasing. Okay, you can take the example of Japan. The population number is decreasing here because the whatever the individuals are producing, the pre-reproductive individuals are less in number. So there is no possibility of producing more number of individuals in reproductive stages. So whatever the number present in free reproductive phases, those will move to the reproductive stage. Okay, so primarily there is a less number of free reproductive individuals. So how it is possible to increase in the reproductive time? So whatever the number is there, that will move to the reproductive individuals. So there is a less number of individuals in or less number of individuals in declining. So there is a population goes on decreasing. Okay, this is the thing. This is about the age pyramid. Okay, I hope you understood about age pyramid. Okay, and next slide, that is population density. Population density, this is also important. Please remember here what they given the definition. It is the number of individuals of a species per unit area or volume. Number of individuals of a species per unit area or volume in a given area. Okay, number of individuals of a particular species, how many? Okay, that will give the population density in a given area. How much number of individuals are there of the same species? Okay, that we call it as a population density or population size. Okay, and this here example they given here, the population density of Siberian cranes. Here they given the Siberian cranes. Siberian cranes uh, at Bharatpur wetlands in any year is less than 10. Okay, it is very less. The density of these Siberian cranes is less than 10. Okay, we can take the density from less than 10 individuals to the millions of individuals. We can take the density, you can take the calculate the density less than 10 individuals towards the millions of individuals. You can take the example that is chlamydomonas in a pond. Chlamydomonas species, they are millions in number in a pond. Okay, that also we can calculate, that also we can consider the density of a that particular organism or individual. Okay, and when you take the density of those Siberian cranes, they are less in number, they are only less than 10. In that case also we can take the population density. Okay, and here the population size is also measured in percentage. And here the students, the density, population density is denoted by n, capital N. Please remember, population density is denoted by capital N. And here the students, next thing, that is population size is also measured in percentage cover or biomass. You can take it in as percentage or in a biomass. Example, in an area 200 parthenium plants and a single huge banyan tree are seen. Okay, in such cases measuring percentage cover or biomass is more meaningful to show importance of banyan tree. For example, here you can take, there is a land, there is a n number of or enormous number of partheniums are there, around 200 partheniums are there, and among these partheniums only one big banyan tree is there, only one big banyan tree is present here. Okay, we will not take the number of parthenium or number of these plants. If you take the number, the parthenium is more in number. Okay, and banyan tree is only single. So what they are going to be say here, the biomass of that particular banyan tree is more as compared to the parthenium. So we have to count the biomass of that banyan tree. When you compare the biomass of banyan tree with the partheniums are very less, and it is meaningful. It is very meaningful. Thousands of partheniums are there and only one single banyan tree is there. Already you know, banyan tree is a very huge, big one. Single banyan tree is there, and seeing that single banyan tree having a huge number of biomass as compared to the 200s of parthenium. So it is worth meaningful to say the parthenium, that banyan tree having a huge biomass. The size of the banyan tree or the percentage is more. Percentage of biomass is more as compared to the parthenium plants. Okay, this is the population density and it is denoted in N. It is denoted in N. Okay, and moving to the next slide here, that is population size or density. Here the total number is a difficult measure of a huge population. Say for example, there is a huge population, is there, so it is quite difficult to measure how much numbers of populations are there, it is quite difficult to calculate. In such cases, what we are going to do here, we will take the relative population density. Okay, relative population density without knowing absolute population density. We don't know absolutely population density. We will take it as a relative population density. Okay, example, a number of fishes caught per trap indicates its total population density in the lake. Okay, whatever the fishes here they given, here the fishes they catched here, caught here, and those will calculate per capped, per trap, whatever the trap is there, per trap or single trap, how much fishes are there, and that will indicate the total number of fishes in that particular lake. Okay, that particular lake, we will take the ratio, will multiply it, will multiply it. Okay, per trap will multiply it. For example, if you find the 20 fishes for a per trap we will find the 20 fishes. And how many traps we can find in lake. Okay, that will give the total number of or relative density of the relative population density of that particular lake. Like that we can calculate, because the population is huge here, it is difficult to calculate accurate population density, so we'll go for relative population density. Okay, and next here, in some cases, in indirect estimation of population size is performed. Example, indirectly we are going to do here. Example, tiger census in national parks and tiger reserves based on pug marks and fecal pellets. Here we are going to be uh, identify the number of tigers in a national park and in reserve based on pug marks. Whatever the pug marks means, they have this here the, for example, here they given diagram here. Okay, here you can see these pug marks. Okay, these are the pug marks. It means the that like your fingerprints, like your fingerprints or thumb prints. Okay, and it is unique here, because if you compare to elephant and then other any animals, it is unique here. The that pug marks are different as compared to other animals. So based on these pug marks we can identify, we can calculate the density, and along with that the fecal pellets are there, because these are also unique for the tigers. These fecal pellets around the lakes and everything, we can calculate the number of tigers, how many tigers are present in that particular area. Not accurately, but we can take it as a relatively nearer to the number. Like that we can calculate. Okay, this is the thing, students. I think that all the points from the NCERT I have covered, and the next thing you have to read properly. Okay, go for NCERT textbook and just read it once. See my video, and then after that go for that reading. You will came to know about the concept. Okay, so please remember, this is also important concept, that is population attributes. Okay, please remember and then go through it. And I think I hope all of you understood about these complete slides. Okay, and in the next video lecture we'll begin with another important concept, that is population growth. Okay, that we'll study in the next class. Okay, thank you.